Hi everyone, I thought we'd have a little bit of fun midweek and making these little hanging polystyrene balls with little hats to go on your Christmas tree or anywhere you want to decorate. So I've just done a little boy and a little girl, and they're so simple to make from scraps. So let's have a look at what we need. First of all, I've taken a polystyrene ball. Now this can be any size you want, or a bead, or anything like that. So I'm going to take a piece of scrap card and I'm just going to cut a narrow strip. No set measurement, just a narrow one. Now the first thing I need to do is to find how big the head is around. So I'm going to go around there and I'm just going to put a little mark there that tells me that is a rough measurement around the head. Now we're going to be adding little bits of wool all the way around this, so it will make the head bigger, or the piece bigger that you need to go around the head. So I'm going to add on about half an inch, 1.5 centimeters, beg your pardon, half an inch or about a centimeter. Okay, so that is going to be the whole head measurement, but we need a little bit to join the circle together. So I'm adding on another centimetre-ish, half an inch. Right, so let's snip off the scrap that we don't want, and this is going to be the piece we join. Okay, you're not going to see anything of this, so it doesn't matter whether it's inside or outside. And I'm going to put a bit of hot glue on there, any glue so long as you give it time to dry. And there is my piece joined together, and I'm just going to ease it round a little bit just to make the circle a little bit better. Okay, now these I've done red and white wool. Any wool will do, and I've wound it around a piece of card. Now this is I think about 7.5 inches, about 20 centimeters, so it's not critical. So what I will do now is I will cut across the middle there and across the middle there. Sometimes it's difficult to get your scissors in on the edge, so be flexible. So I've got a load of wool strips. Now I'm going to look at some cream wool, and I've put this on a card because I want to tuck it. I've stuck my board down. I just need to anchor it somehow so I can do some plaiting. So I'm going to split this. I've got 9 strands, so I'll do 3 lots of 3. There. 3, right. So let's pull that out there. Right. So it's simply taking one from the outside to the middle, one from the outside to the middle, and keep going. So you're always taking an outside piece. Slow it down. So outside piece between the two, outside piece between the two. Let's come off there. So just going to pin that back on there. I'm going to carry on. You don't need too much, but I know that if I do more, then I can always make more sets of plaits. Should do it. Right, so that was into the middle there. If you lose track, just go back and see which one went into the middle. Right, I could carry on right to the end, but I'm going to take that now, and I'm going to do a little bow on the end. So I'm going to take, I think, a piece of red, and I'm going to wrap it completely round, come back on itself. I'm going to tie a double knot on there, so I know it's not going to come undone. And then I'm just going to tie a little bow. Don't worry about how big it is, because once you've done it, just pull the ends and you can make it exactly the size that you want. So there we go. Now, before I cut anything off, I'm going to take another piece of red and I'm going to tie it up here. So I'm going to go 1, no measurements, just do it all by eye, 2, and then I'm going to tie another bow. This is going to go over the head and down each side, so I can pull that to there. Right, now I can snip off there, snip off the ends of the bow, and snip off the ends here, and snip. You can use all your bits of wool up. Let's get rid of that. Now, there are my set of plaits that will go round the little girl's head. Pretty. Okay. Right, so I've got a pen that I can, a felt tip pen that I can just colour in. Now, most polystyrene balls have a little line around them, so I'm just colouring in half. I will come back with the pen later on to colour in any other bits of white that show. But this is just a fun activity. You can do it with the children because they very soon get used to what they have to do. So I'm going to, there's my plaits, there's my little face, and we're going to bring in the little bit of card that we've made into a circle. Now, this one, I decided I was going to do cream and brown. So here are my bits that I cut, and I'm going to do, first of all, a cream one. Now you fold it in half, poke that up through the middle, and then poke the ends through the loop. Now, any Boy Scout Girl Guide will know that that was a lark's head knot. Okay. So then I go for a piece of brown, and you always want to make sure that when you poke the loop up, that it's poking towards the ends. So poke that through, poke these through, and pull it into place. You can tighten them all down sort of now or towards the end. So push it up so it's right beside that. So there's cream, push the loop up towards the ends, and then pull those through. I'll do one more and then I will stop the video and I will carry on going round. So up towards the ends, fold it over and push through the two ends there. Slide this over. At the moment I'm going over the join. So push those up towards there. Okay, so now I'm going to stop the video and I'll come back when I'm nearly at the end. Right, now I've come round, I've just got a few more pieces to do. And obviously if you're working with a pattern of colour, you need to make sure that it's right all the way round. So there we have that one, and I think I can put in one extra cream and one extra brown. So there we are, we've got room for an extra brown to go in. Yep. Don't worry about the ends, you're going to cut most of those off. So now I have all my bits attached on here. And if you have a look, there's a little ring that's going round. If you've put them all the right way, you'll have this little edge going round your bobble hat. So I've got some strong thread here and I'm going to wind it round and then pull it up across the end. And I tend to go round twice before I pull it. And that's another special knot that will just keep it tight while you're tying it. Snip those off. And now to make the pom-pom, I'm going to just snip off the ends there. So there is my little pom-pom hat. Pretty. And there's my pom-pom on the top. Right. What I'm going to do now is just put a little bit in for a hanger. So I have a large holed needle. And I'm just going to go through the top, open it out, and then I'm going to tie those two ends together. Don't worry about the knot at the moment. There's that. And then I'm just going to pull it round so that that knot goes down into the pom-pom. So that's lovely and neat. Now we're going to have a look at the face. And we need to fit on the plaits first. So I want to go right over the top of the head. Now you can put this on the plaits if you wish, or onto the head. Really doesn't matter. So pull that down tight. Try and make sure they're the same length both sides. And then I tend to put hot glue around. You can use wet glue. It's no problem. Just needs a little time to dry. So that's now pushed onto the head. And because we measured it to begin with, you're sure that it's going to fit. So now we come to putting the face on. So I've got a black pen here. Now, first of all, I'm going to give her a little smiley mouth. So there's the little smiley mouth. And when you look at the mouth that you've put on, you want to put a little dot outside the mouth area. So just onto there. That's all that you need to do just to represent the face. So there's one. Let's bring that one back. There's two. And where's his face? There's his face. Should we give him bigger eyes? Because they're not showing up too much. There we go. And we just emphasize his little mouth there. Okay, so nothing really difficult. Let's turn that round. There we go. So that's 1, 2, 3. And the knotting round has taken me about 5 minutes. So anything goes. I've got a bauble here that hasn't been finished. That was going to my grandchildren played with that. Okay, so let's slide those up and just take a look at how we'd start off with that. So I would need a larger piece of card. So again, I take a strip, measure round the whole lot, and mark there where it would join. So that is how much will go all the way round the bigger head. We need to add on, say, probably 2 centimeters for the amount that the wool will take up, and then we just need a joining piece, so that would do fine for that. So take this one, do the joining piece into a circle, and I can see exactly where my marks are. Yep. And start taking these. Now we need to know that that will come up from the outside to the center. So I then start exactly the same process. I'm going to add in some other colors as well, I think. So that, turn it round, because we want this tiny little bar here to be on the outside. So because it's a bigger piece to cover, I think I will try folding that in half up towards the tails and push it through. So I'm putting 2 pieces on together. You won't get a pattern that is all the same all the way around, because it depends on how your pieces lay next to one another. So up towards the loose ends and through. So I'm going to stop the video again, and I'm going to add some more pieces all the way around, and then we'll come back to see how we finish it off. Right, now I'm almost to the end, and I found it useful to put my mouse just in there, or any weight, and it just gives me two hands to work a lot faster. So there is my cream, red, let's just bring that down. I'm going to do one more set, brown, cream and red, and we're done. Cream and a red one. So cream, red, brown, cream, red. Let's slide that under there. So there we have all these. I'm just going to comb them down with my fingers to make sure they're all right. I'm going to put that in and test that. And then all I'm doing is pulling that up so that I know, oops, there's one out of place there. So here we go. Right, so just check that, pull them down. And that is where I want to tie off the hat. So, right, so pull all the loose ends down and cut off all the little ends so that they're all nice and neat. I'll get rid of the rubbish. Now we can test the hat. There is the hat, and I need to cover the lower half with the skin colour. Now this one's been rather marked by the children playing with it, but that's all right. Now I'm going to add some extras to this one. We added the plaited wool to one. Now I'm going to show you how we can make this into a short-haired character. So that's covered most of the face. You can always come back and do extras in a minute. Now, from previous bits where I've trimmed these, I've got lots of bits of short hair that I can use for short-haired one. Now, I don't want to waste too much, so if I take these here, I can put glue, hot glue, just on the hairline. You can put double-sided tape, you can do all sorts, but I'm just going to feed all the scrap stuff that was too small all the way round. And I'm going to go all the way around the ball, and then we will cut a haircut. Right, so it's taken me about 10 minutes to wind the hat and another few minutes to put glue round. It's not an exact science. I've just gone willy-nilly. Some parts are thicker than others. I'm going to take now hot glue gun and I'm going to go all around the inside of the hat, and that's going to help hold the hair in place as well. So I've stuck the hair onto the ball, and we're just going to place this on the top, and that will help hold it in place. This is a real fun activity that the children and adults can make their characters whatever they want. Now I've got some shorter bits that's going to be the front of the hair there. So I'm going to just cut a fringe on there. There. And then I'm just going to cut a hair now on from here. I'm going to go from the front towards the back, and then if I haven't cut it straight, it's still fine. So all those pieces that seem to be waste where we cut the pom-pom have now been used all the way around here. So there we go. Now I can see now where I need to add, sticky fingers, a bit more colour. Yeah, so even though the ball was marked, we've managed to get rid of a lot of the marks under the hair. Right, so that's coloured that in. Get rid of some of these bits. And we're now going to this one. We're going to put the mouth in as usual first. There. And I'm then going to the other end of the pen, which is bigger. And I'm putting the eyes either side of the mouth, but the hair is just covering them a little bit. Make that a bit there. I'm just going to trim her hair just a fraction so we see the eye a bit better there. Yeah. So there. So now we have the larger little girl. You could have made it a little boy's hair or anything. You could go with colours of their favourite football team. Let's just clear these bits out the way, and we'll bring in the little ones. So here's a gorgeous one. Little girl with plaits, another little girl with plaits, red and white. I'm actually quite near Southampton in southern England, so I suppose that's appropriate for them. So have fun, and it's a beautiful thing to do with the grandchildren or anyone in your family. God bless you all. Happy Christmas.